Imagine that one day you wake up and all electronic devices stop working. Your phone won't turn on, your car won't start, and the electricity goes out across the country. This is not just a power outage, but a real cyber attack that changes everything in an instant. While many panic, your home may still have simple things that work and are inexpensive, but can be crucial for your survival in a tough situation. Today I will tell you about 11 inexpensive items that almost no one considers, but which are incredibly useful when everything else fails. These things are simple, accessible, and can save your life if electricity disappears forever. Stay with me, because knowledge of such things can become one of the most valuable things you do this year. This video is intended for educational purposes and training. It does not replace professional advice. Everyone is responsible for their decisions. The first point is non-electric kitchen and heating devices. When the electricity suddenly goes out, not only does the light fade, but hot water stops, heating ceases to work, and cooking becomes a real problem. However, there is no need to panic. There are simple solutions that do not require wires and sockets. From homemade solar ovens to wood stoves or simple fires, it is possible to stay warm and eat well using available resources without complex technology. Many of these ideas are inexpensive, easy to use, and can even be enjoyable, like cooking the old-fashioned way with family or friends. Wood stoves and fires are much more versatile than they seem, and you can use fallen branches, garden scraps, or even old furniture to ignite them. We can heat the house and cook food at the same time. For those looking for portable options, mini camping gas stoves with manual ignition are an excellent solution. They work for several hours and can function even during a large power outage. Moreover, simple techniques like cooking with residual heat, for example, in cast iron pots or thermoses, allow for finishing stews, rice, or soups without wasting extra fuel. Warm food not only nourishes but also brings comfort, supports morale, and helps maintain humanity amidst the chaos around. The second point is hand crank radios. Imagine that one day you wake up and absolutely nothing works. Your mobile phone is dead, the electricity is out, and the internet is gone. In such moments, information becomes as valuable as food. And here, a hand crank radio becomes your best assistant, costing less than $35. This small device requires no batteries or electricity, only your energy to continue transmitting important news about closed roads, weather warnings, or safe zones. In addition, modern models include a flashlight, siren, and even ports for charging a phone, turning into a mini survival center that fits in a backpack. However, obtaining information is not always enough. Maintaining contact with relatives and neighbors can be crucial when mobile networks fail. Radios or two-way radio systems, costing between $20 and $40, allow for coordinating strategies, exchanging resources and warnings, increasing the chances of survival in a group. Smart preparation and effective communication can be your main defense in a crisis situation. While we are only touching the tip of the iceberg today, with a little planning, you can not only survive but also protect and help those around you when everything falls apart. If you have ever experienced a prolonged power outage, share your experience in the comments so everyone can learn together. Article 9. Bicycles and human-powered transport. Imagine for a moment that an electromagnetic pulse sweeps over your city, rendering most cars useless. Your newest sports SUV, bought for show, turns out to be more useless than an expensive paperweight. In the chaos, when everyone is desperately trying to move their cars that no longer work, there is a simple, silent, and reliable solution. Bicycles do not depend on batteries or microchips. They work solely on pedals, chains, and your strength. Moreover, with a simple bicycle, a few tools, and a couple of inexpensive accessories, you can transport food, water, or even an injured relative, ensuring your mobility when everyone else is trapped. The reality is that most people underestimate the power of the bicycle, and in the United States, many are forgotten in garages, covered in dust. However, maintaining a bicycle does not require high costs. A basic set of spare parts, patches, and lubricant costs less than a trip to the movies and can be the deciding factor between freedom of movement and isolation. From mountain bikes to adult tricycles or cargo bikes, the selection is diverse and allows for adaptation to any situation. The lesson is clear. Preparation should begin before a crisis occurs. Having reliable, economical, and eco-friendly transportation can be your best insurance when the world decides to stop. Article 8. Rope, cords, and fasteners. Imagine a world where suddenly nothing electric works. Your phone is dead, the lights go out, and even the car seems to have given up. In such moments, the simplest things can save you, and few are as universal as a good rope. Paracord, for example, is lightweight, inexpensive, and surprisingly strong. It can withstand up to 250 kilograms and is suitable for many tasks, from reinforcing shelters and hanging clothes to transporting firewood or even creating an improvised transportation system. However, be careful. Not every rope is suitable for all tasks. Climbing ropes are perfect for heavy loads, thin ones for delicate tasks, and elastic ones for flexible securing of items. With a little creativity, you can create blocks, stairs, or even fishing gear using paracord, all without electricity. If we talk about simple yet magical tools, duct tape is undoubtedly the queen. It not only sticks things together, but can also repair clothes, containers, tents, seal seams, mark paths, and even serve as an emergency bandage. A high-quality tape reel can last for months, while cheap ones break at the first attempt. In addition to this, ties and wire allow for organizing, grouping, or repairing almost everything, from locking mechanisms to improvised hinges. Besides practicality, using these materials provides something invaluable: control and confidence. Repairing, securing, and organizing one's surroundings in chaos not only solves problems, but also boosts morale, reminding that even when everything seems lost, solutions are always at hand. When it comes to light, we often imagine just the convenience of a switch, but in reality, it's much more. This is safety, tranquility, and a way to maintain order when chaos reigns around. Imagine several days without electricity. People are more affected by stress and feelings of disorientation than by physical problems. Most homes in the United States have rarely faced prolonged power outages. So many have never experienced what it's like to live in complete darkness. The good news is that preparation does not require huge costs. Emergency candles that burn for over 100 hours, lamps with adjustable brightness, or hand-cranked LED flashlights can light your home for several days without electricity. Moreover, with proper storage, they can protect you from extreme phenomena like electromagnetic pulses. But sensible preparation goes far beyond just having light. It is important to use it strategically. Closed curtains, light walls reflecting light, and thoughtful placement of light sources will help you maximize lighting efficiency without revealing your resources outside. Each type of light has its own magic. Candles create a warm and cozy atmosphere. Oil lamps allow for brightness adjustment depending on the task, while hand-cranked lanterns provide bright light for precise work. Light not only allows us to see, but also protects mental health, supports daily routines, and helps make calm decisions in crisis situations. In short, preparing your light sources is not a luxury. It is an investment in safety, well-being, and the ability to maintain control when everything around begins to fall apart. Hand openers and basic kitchen utensils. Imagine waking up one day and the electricity is gone. Your coffee maker, microwave, and even that stylish electric opener you like so much become useless in an instant. But the small handheld can opener, costing only $8, continues to serve its purpose, allowing you to open cans and prepare food without relying on other devices. A well-sharpened knife, a sturdy cutting board, and other simple tools may seem insignificant, but in an emergency, they become quiet heroes, granting complete independence in the kitchen, even when everything else fails. It is important that these utensils not only preserve food, but also your peace of mind and creativity. A hand whisk at a low price, spoons, wooden spatulas, or a sturdy mortar can replace expensive electric appliances, allowing you to cook, grind spices, and even make homemade pasta or coffee. After hurricanes and prolonged power outages, many families found that with hand tools, they not only survive, but also maintain high morale and a sense of control. Cooking by hand is not only a survival strategy, but also a way to remain strong, independent, and even find pleasure in the process, even in the toughest times. Article 5. Hand hygiene and personal care systems. In any emergency situation, maintaining basic hygiene can be a decisive factor between good health and serious health problems. Without a constant water supply and sewage systems, bacteria and diseases spread quickly. Therefore, simple items like a toothbrush and regular toothpaste become quiet heroes. The same applies to personal hygiene. A razor with replaceable blades and a bit of soap or cream allow for maintaining a daily routine without relying on electricity or expensive technology. Even a bar of soap, which lasts longer than liquid soap, can be used for washing, laundry, or cleaning items, showing that simplicity can save you from unexpected complications. It's not just about brushing teeth or shaving. Nail care, trimming splinters, and maintaining clean clothes can prevent infections that become dangerous in crisis moments. With simple tools like washboards, scissors, and nail clippers, as well as basic medicines, bandages, and antiseptics, you can create a mini health and wellness system in your home without relying on hospitals or electricity. But the key to success lies not only in the items. Practicing their use, learning essential skills, and strengthening connections with your community increases your ability to survive and remain calm when everything else fails. Preparation with simple means not only saves money, but also ensures safety and confidence in any unexpected situation. Article 4. Igniting matches anywhere and starting a fire. Fire is not just a spark, it is life. It gives us warmth, light, the ability to cook, purify water, repel insects, and even calm the mind. Today we rely on switches and buttons for everything. But what will happen if an unexpected event leaves us without electricity? Suddenly, the ability to start a fire becomes a vital skill, and those who know how to do it have a huge advantage over those who only rely on technology. Here, universal matches come to the rescue, which do not require special services and work on almost everything, from stones to metal. For just a few dollars, a box can provide hundreds of ways to start a fire. And it's not just matches. Magnesium lighters, fuel cubes, and dry tinder will give you fire even in extreme conditions. The main thing is to be prepared before an emergency happens. Imagine a real scenario: constant rain, penetrating cold, and your hungry family while everything around seems dead. Most of your neighbors are struggling to survive, burning furniture and pans, while you, with your waterproof matches and dry tinder, start a fire in just minutes. You are preparing something hot, gathering the family, and taking control of the situation instead of waiting for a rescue that may never come. But having materials is not enough. Practice is crucial. You need to train with wet wood, wind, rain, and hands trembling from cold or stress. Mastering these techniques turns a simple spark into real survival. A complete set can cost less than $30 and serve you for many years. But the true value lies in the confidence and skills you acquire before the critical moment arrives. When it comes to survival, many think of food or shelter, but what is most important is what we take for granted every day: water. Our body can last several weeks without food, but just a few days without water can be fatal. The availability of drinking water is not a luxury. It is literally the difference between survival and problems. That is why, if you want to be prepared for any emergencies, your priority should be to ensure this vital resource is available in your home.